Hello everyone, I'm the expanded gamer in Asia, and today is a holiday. That's right, it is Monday, September 12th, and I don't have to go to work today. In fact, I can stay home, I can go out, I can do just about anything I want. Now, today is a holiday because it is Mooncake Festival Day. And on Mooncake Festival Day, traditionally, people in Taiwan eat mooncake. I was at a wedding not that long ago, and I got some mooncake. This is a little bigger than the traditional mooncake, but you get the idea. It's not bad with a cup of coffee. Now, of course, given that it's Monday, it is a long weekend. So, there are many ways to celebrate a long weekend. And in Canada, we have several long weekends. I know in Ontario we have the Labor Day weekend, Civic Holiday weekend, the May 2-4 weekend. And a lot of those weekends we would spend drinking beer. In Taiwan we have beer as well. It looks like this. Beer. Now you could ask me, what's better than not having to go to work and instead staying home or going out with your friends and drinking beer? Well, I can think of something even better. Instead of good friends and good beer, how about good friends, good beer, and a Sega Saturn? Now that's a complete picture. The Sega Saturn is a recent acquisition of mine, and it's quite enjoyable. It's got a very simple layout. It's got the button here to open it up. Power and reset button. I like having a reset button on the system. Not all systems have that. It also has a cartridge slot, which eventually I plan to get some sort of expansion for this. This is the Japanese model of the system. You can tell by its gray color and the blue buttons. The American version is black. So to play American games on it, I'm going to have to get a special cartridge that lets me do that. The Sega Saturn is known for its high-end 2D graphical capabilities. A lot of great arcade ports came to the Saturn. A lot of good 2D fighters, 2D shooters are available on the Saturn. So I look forward to checking some of those games out. Another thing I'm going to have to do with this system is replace the battery. If you open up this little thing here, let me turn this around. You can see there's a little watch battery in there. And this appears to be either dead or dying because I frequently have to input the date and time when I start the system. It's got a proprietary AV connector, as a lot of these systems do. However, I will say that at least the power cable is fairly standard, so if you lose the power cable, you can go to any electronics store and pick one of these things up. The power supply is actually inside the system. There's some wonderful Japanese writing on the bottom. And there you can see it's model HST3200, made in Japan. And you can tell this is an early model Saturn by the fact that it's gray. The newer models came out. They had round buttons and they were sort of they're called the White Saturn, but they are more sort of an off-white color like the Sega Dreamcast. Another thing that makes the Sega Saturn famous is its controller. The controller is considered by some to be perhaps the best 2D controller ever made. It's got shoulder buttons on the top, and it has count them, 6 face buttons, which is great for any of the Street Fighter series games. And another interesting thing is this D-pad. This D-pad, while it may look like a conventional D-pad, when you actually play with it, you realize that it's one big hunk of plastic. If you look at the Sony D-pad, it's really like 4 buttons that are all separate from each other. But on the Saturn D-pad, what you get is one big solid block, and you get a kind of rocker action when you're moving it around. And at first glance, it doesn't seem like it would be that comfortable, but actually once you use it, it really is quite nice. And when you go back to using a Sony pad, then you're like, ugh, I kind of wish I had my Sega Saturn pad back. So there you have it, the Sega Saturn. I'm quite pleased with this system. I've been playing with it the last couple of days. I'm sure I'll have some Sega Saturn reviews posted very soon. And I just want to say to everybody, Happy Mooncake Festival Day from here in Taiwan. I'm the Expanded Gamer in Asia. Thanks for watching.